Guys, my name is Peter Cattani and I bubble today. But I was playing a really cool leader. I was playing DEMIGRA, and it was a 5-round tournament, 20 people here at AnimeNEXT. Perfect. Had a great time. That's a lie. It was Broly day. I played nothing but Brolys and then one U7. But I will give you the details later. Let me show you the deck because it is quite interesting. I made this 2 nights ago. I tested around a little bit. I didn't have everything ready. Now, after this tournament, I know what I need to take out, what I need to put in, but this deck is pretty good. So, DEMIGRA, interesting leader. You pretty much have to go mono black because his auto is when he attacks, you mill the top 3 cards of your deck. And if you're all black, let's see, if all other cards placed in the drop area are black, draw 1 card. So cool, you really want to get that draw power because, you know, drawing is great. So I made this completely mono black. I wish I had some champas at times, but it's just not worth it. I'd rather just keep it all black. His Awaken at 4, untap 2, fantastic. Now, boom, this guy, Wormhole. Really interesting. It cheats the game because in the game you can only overwhelm or dark overwhelm once per turn. That simple. This guy lets you do it twice per turn, and you can do 2 overwhelms or 2 dark overwhelms or 1 overwhelm and 1 dark overwhelm as long as you do 2. That's his ability. A lot of people are confused about that, but it lets you overwhelm twice. Amazing. This is the reason why I played this black leader over every other black leader. Even though Mirror helps awaken himself, I wanted to overwhelm as much as possible. Active main, I'm able to pick 3 black cards from the warp and put it back into my grave, which is huge. It helps me overwhelm more. So let me show you the deck real quick. First, we're gonna go with the events. And for the events, I play 4 power bursts. That's it. This is the only extra, is that what they're called? Extra card that I do play. To be honest, I will cut it down to 3. This is a Victory Strike format. These cards don't really work. When they would work, I'm sure they're great, but man, I cited all 4 pretty much all day. Victory Strike pretty much everywhere. So I play 4 of this. Now let's go with the 1-drops. This is where the spice comes in. First, we play 2 blockers, which is pretty good. Sometimes our overwhelms are 4 or 5. So you pay 1 energy to mill 1 or 2. You can choose. You can choose not to do any. And it's also a 1-drop blocker. What's really cool is you can negate and grab from the graveyard or warp a 1-drop and just grab it and negate to grab a blocker. It's pretty cool. Truth be told, other than 1 play today that I did to mill to have enough for the graveyard, it never saw through. With green Broly, not enough. Yellow Broly will tap it. It just didn't do enough, guys. But 2 of these, I don't know if I'm gonna change it. I do like having it in a deck, but we'll find out. Next, 3 Toki Toki. This card is the heart and soul of the deck because other cards in the deck, I'm gonna show you how they work, but this card is an engine that's way too good. I had it at 4 because I wanted to see it always, but then it came to a problem where I saw too many of them. So today, 3, solid number, big fan. And then it grabs the bullet card. We played 1 of this because yesterday, Eddie St. Hilaire won the event with Red Goku, and I'm like, man, just in case, why not? Just put this in there. I put it in. Did I go against it? No, but that's okay. At least it's in there. I played 1 Dende. No one plays Objection, but surprisingly enough, the only deck that I did lose to was U7, and he did have Objection, and this was a play. Would I cut this out for a second Dende? Probably, because that matchup, not that I did lose to it, but next time maybe I'll just side it. This card's not important for now. The Red Goku deck, man, I can't believe that's a real deck. So boom. Next, 2 Time Canola because again, Yellow Broly's everywhere, and you know they're gonna be like shoot guess game 1 and game 2 they'll deal with it, but they're gonna run shoot guess. So I run 2, mostly because if 1's in life, hopefully 1's still in my deck. So very good. And last but not least, 3 Kamis. My God, did people misplay today where they left 4 or more on the board and Kami just stole some games from me because truth be told, the Yellow Broly, the two grandpas that draw a card, draw 2, this deck has such a hard time getting rid of them. So they draw like 4 cards on me, and then I can finally Kami only because they made a mistake. So this really helped throughout the day. Next, the only Awakeners that I had in the deck, 4 Masain. I really wish I played the 3-drop that helps me awaken, but for now this was great. Broly has to swing at you to draw a card and help awaken himself. So most of the time they put me at 6, so having 2 let me awaken. That was a big deal. Against U7, that was horrendous. That's where I needed a better side to be able to awaken more. But not a big deal. Little changes I'm going to do before All-Star. This is my Kappa of the deck. Next, the Holy Grail. Maybe the only reason I made DEMIGRA is this card. I got my hands on 4 of them, and this card is way too good. It's a 2-drop 15K that once per turn, when you play a battle card using Overwhelm, you can choose 2 black cards and two black battle cards. That's a big deal, not events. 2 black battle cards with a cost of 7 or less. Put them in the bottom of the deck and draw 1 card. It's super good because you can literally put back your super combos, because I do run black super combos. You get to draw a card, and the reason we run Toki Toki is because once we put 2 in the bottom of the deck, we have really no way to shuffle, so we'll use Toki Toki to shuffle back. So like, let's say they put 2 super combos down, shuffle your deck, now eventually you'll find more super combos. This card was great because turn 2, I will bring this out, Overwhelm, the Overwhelm will give me a plus, this will give me a plus. Hand size was great in this deck because of this. And if this stayed on the board, forget it. I'll play another one, I'm gonna draw 2 cards, way too good. Next is the 4 super combos I play. Again, Victory Strike is everywhere, so Master Roshi is very good when you're at 4 or less, but forget that. Like, you're never at 4 or less against Victory Strike. They never put you there unless you try, so this is the best super combo to play. Next, my God, let's talk about this All-Star. All-Star, my God, every time I went against a Victory Strike deck, I was lucky to have this and like 3-4 super combos, and really helped me when they try to push, because they'll do the Height of Mastery, swing at this. When they combo, it's like, all right, cool, I would do my protection, then they're going to swing a Height of Mastery again, and then we'll let it die. We don't care. As long as Height of Mastery swings twice, we don't care anymore. What's another really good thing is keep it there. If you're able to negate, cool, they still have to swing over it. We didn't have to worry about Victory Strike with this. This I'm probably going to up to 3, because this card was just huge in this format, apparently. Next, my Overwhelm cards. These are pretty much the main stuff of this deck. This one checks the top 3, adds a battle card. This one only checks the top 2, but adds any card. And the only card that it really would add outside that this wouldn't is the Power Burst. This one is most of the time the one I want to play, because I want to dig deeper for cards that I really need at the time. Why is this so good is because our DEMIGRA leader, when he swings, he mills 3, draws a card. And then even if we tap out, like let's say turn 2, we tap out for the Vegeta. For 2, we're tapped out. Most other Overwhelms cost 4 or cost 1 plus Overwhelm, whatever. This just costs Overwhelm 3. So the DEMIGRA already milled 3. I get to tap out and then Overwhelm for this, get a plus off him, draw and get a plus off this. That's the whole concept of this deck, is this engine right here. This is the point of the deck. So this is the main Overwhelm that you want to play. Next, I played these because before I entered the tournament, there was a ruling going around that if you took like 1-drop Borgos with these, you get to trigger their effect because they went to your battle and they would do in-play abilities. Awesome, oh my God, that sounds really good. They changed that like very recently. I did not know that. That sucked. Oh well, these are great charge fodder. Against a Green Broly player, these cards were huge. He went first, played the Green Broly. I took it, combo away with it. We stole game 1. He didn't do that afterwards, but that's okay. Not that these are bad, these are good. I'll probably take these out now with that kind of ruling, but against Broly VR, maybe we do keep it in. This card was really interesting because for 1, you only have to pay 1 in Dark Overwhelm 4. It takes a 3 or lower, which is pretty interesting. I took a Crisis Crusher. If I actually is chancy enough to play Beerus, it would be really cool because with 3 energy, you can swing with the Beerus, so you get rid of the blocker, the barrier of Path of Greatness, and then for 1 more energy, you take it, which would be huge. But like again, we want to keep it mono black for plays like that, but little things you could do with this, it's interesting. And when you Dark Overwhelm, it stays on board. So for 1 energy, it's a 15K. Against Kid Goku, this deck is insane because you'll take their 20Ks with this, you'll take their 30Ks with this. It's just little things you can do, and the deck is nasty. So I'm not quite sure changing it around. We'll find out when it comes to this. Next, we respected Height of Mastery enough to play 2 of these. We sided into like a 3rd. These were really good when your opponent would play the 1-drop Grandpa, and turn 2 they're gonna play another one, draw 2 cards. If I went first, I charge, they play their Grandpa. My turn, I mill, I combo like a McNugget out, so I have 4 in the grave, and bring him out, swing for 30 at a 6K, and most of the time we'll die. We try to kill that combo. This was pretty much the only way to do that. And then next are my last 2 cards. Banisher Fu for Broly BR, Matt Saiyan, because one is a 10K, that was actually a big deal. Sometimes you need some extra defense and the 10K was useful. But also the Kid Goku match, I did expect more Kid Gokus, but I was wrong, there was absolutely none. So it would have been this, but I was okay with this ratio, to be honest. When I saw pieces, I saw pieces because, again, my overwhelm cards, check top 3, check top 2. Cards I do need, these went strong, and these were my double strikes. This actually, these cards would close out games every time I needed to, so really happy about these. Next, I'm gonna show you these sideboard that my sideboards are never good, and you guys all know that. 2 minus kill zone because not bad ring laser, what's that card? Cold Bloodlust is a thing. Problem is, I overwhelmed too much. It did work one game where it's like I played it, he had the Cold Bloodlust, so the double strike went in. My God, it worked that one time, but real talk, I can't imagine this being too good. I have to do more testing to see if I'm going to keep this. This package was a little interesting. This was for my Janemba matchup. Basically, why not the Dark Overrun one? Because it costs 3. We don't want to like pay 3 just for one creature. We want to just be able to swing as much as possible. So for one, swinging 20k, your opponent has to warp a card. If they warp a battle card, I get to combo it, so it even hits harder. My theory was against Janemba, it would be really good, but against the yellow Broly with those little grandpas and stuff, once they drew 2 cards, I would swing at it for 20. And if they comboed a battle card, it will swing for 25, able to swing over that. It's kind of interesting. It's not that great, but it wasn't that bad either. I didn't play any Janembas. This was the same concept, 10k, same effect. They have to warp a card. If it's a battle card, I combo with it. So I was expecting to play against the Janemba, but no, it was Broly Day. Next, one of the guys I play Tesla with a lot, he plays Lord Slug, and I respect that deck enough that I played 2. Didn't need it today, but I wouldn't take out 2. I like it a lot. Then the trio. Depends on what matchup I needed them. Like if I'm going against Broly BR, I would side these out and put this in. Hide Mastery, I'll make sure this came in. Kid Goku, I'll play this. Most of the time against Hide Mastery or Victory Strike, I'll side out all my negates and just put all of these in because I need as much gas as possible. And the double strikers were super helpful. So that was my day. That was my deck. And then my day, not that it was wasted, I got 4th. Yay, I can say I bubbled again. I don't know what happened. It's cool. All of us had 12 points. There was no undefeated. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd got it. And I was 4th. I really wanted to top with this. But next time, I'm pretty sure I'm going to Otakon. So I'm guys going to see you then. And Marcel felt bad for me, so he bought me a hat, so I'm wearing it. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, PPG. Later, guys.